How is it going, boys and girls? Welcome back to Key West Waterman. My name is Aaron Young. What's your name? You guys know Will. We are we're obviously out on the boat. It's 7:51. We're waiting for the sun to go down. We're actually going to do a night dive tonight. I don't get to do these very often. We've kind of been waiting for the water to clear up. Has been the main reason. I love doing these in the summertime when it's nice and calm out. We do have some inclement weather behind us, but it looks hopefully like it's going the other way. But the goal tonight is to find some Spanish lobsters. Lobster season's coming up here shortly for spiny lobster. Spanish lobster, there's no season, no regulation other than no egg-bearing females. There's no bag limits or anything like that. We try to stay within reason, and normally catching them or their difficulty in finding them keeps the limits within reason because they are hard to find, they are hard to catch. But a couple things I did want to go over real quick is I'll show you what lights I'm using because these are our most required items for this type of dive. We catch these with our hands. We don't use the tickle sticks and nets and all that stuff. So I've got two different lights here. I'll put links in the description for them. I like both. One is a twist on and then the other is a push button. I like this guy for traveling. I like this one for day-to-day diving. If you travel, just make sure you pull the battery out because if you hit that button on accident, the battery dies. But I'll put links for both of those in there. And something I did want to show you mainly about my lights is just a little trick. They all come with lanyards. I hate the lanyards. They're just awful and they're long and they stretch out and the little thing breaks all the time. I get stainless steel split rings and just clips, and I keep a clip on my weight belt. If you watch any amount of my videos, you've probably seen this setup. I just clip it right on there. Night diving, I like to take two with me just in case one dies and I'm out there. But yeah, that's enough talking. We are waiting for the sun to go down. And once it gets dark, we're gonna hop in the water and see what we see. That was cool. Let's go. Welcome back underwater, everybody. I've been wanting to do a night dive for some time now. We do more than a few a year probably. I really want to get out to the reef in the deeper water and do one. It's been so long, but the reef has been dirty lately. We're inshore. Most of the spots on this trip were less than 10-12 feet of water. And as always, I'll talk through some of these dives and share some information as it comes up. And keep in mind, we were out here probably, I think it was about 4 hours, 8 p.m. to about midnight. So I'm just going to show you the highlights. There was a whole lot of not catching going on, but spare you the agony. We'll speed it up a bit. Woo! My ears are horribly clogged. As you heard me say, I was having some issues with my ears. I was a little congested a few days before and it just hadn't completely cleared and having some trouble clearing. Again, if you pay close attention, you'll hear some of the squeaking in some of the videos. This was kind of neat. A big old dog snapper, and if you pay close attention, you'll see a black grouper tail. Whoop! Spook there. Don't always see some of the bigger fish at night. They're normally hiding pretty good. It was cool to see them. Here's a little parrotfish, thought he was camouflage. Actually touched him with the light. He didn't move until I went to grab him. It was kind of funny. But I think I said it earlier, or I say it sometime in the video, but I'll say it again. Spanish lobsters, much easier to catch at night. Very few people actually target them because it's a lot of work for a little bit of meat. They don't get nearly as big as our spiny lobsters. Spiny lobster is kind of the go-to down here. If you've ever been at the Keys and you had lobster, that's what it's going to be. There's no commercial market for these Spanish lobsters. They're hard to catch. They're not very big. They don't add up very quickly. So I think that's why they're so healthy. There's tons of them, just because no one targets them. And I will say their habitat is a lot different. Typically when we're looking for spinies, we're looking for more shelves and potholes and kind of cracks. And you can still find spinies on big rocks and coral heads, but you're not normally going to find a Spanish lobster on those smaller shelves or any of those little cracks or grass ledges or anything like that, because during the day they want to go up into these big rocks or coral heads and get out of the light, and then at night they come crawling out. So typically you're going to find them on something bigger like this. That's generally where we find them. Let's see, pufferfish all over the place. See quite a bit of those. And this was something pretty neat that I had never seen before. I did a little bit of research. I'm not 100%, but I think it is some type of basket starfish. Pretty wild looking. I had never seen one of those before on a night dive. So if you know what that is, I'd be interested to hear.
There's something on the side of that rock I've never seen before.
What's that?
There's something on the side of that rock I've never seen before, like some type of starfish or something.
Oh, dude, it's like striped.
No, it's like brown. It's right here. It looks like a weed. It looks like a brown weed.
Okay, I saw something that was brown and white striped.
No, come look at this thing real quick. This thing's wild.
Also, do you have any or no?
Just one.
I saw two, but I biffed it on both.
Yeah, there's a lot. I haven't seen any big ones here. I have one tiny one.
Yeah.
Look. We are off to a riveting start. Got this one. That's about as small as I'll take them.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying. That is a Spanish lobster. We'll see. Hopefully we can find some bigger ones. I'll put that one back, but pretty bleak start. My ears are giving me grief. I didn't even think about it. I had a cold last week and I'm still really stopped up. You can probably hear it in the camera. My ears, I'm having to blow pretty hard to even be able to clear, but we're gonna move along, see if we can find a better spot. So the first spot, as you saw, didn't go so well. I only saw two, or only got two. Saw a lot of small ones, no decent sized ones. And we actually landed right on top of a really nice Spanish lobster, and it was kind of in just an odd position. So I actually grabbed the snare to see if I could get it, and it just was not having it. And if you pay attention to the bottom right of the screen, you'll see another Spanish that catches my eye, and it's another even bigger one under the same rock. It was kind of wild to see two big ones right there together. We just happened to land right on top of them. The boat is extremely inconveniently placed. Well, I'm gonna move the boat. The one you saw is not even the big one. I just saw the big one. He's in the same hole. But the boat's sitting right on top of it, so I'm gonna move the anchor. So I moved the boat out of the way. Mainly didn't want to be coming up hitting my head on it every time. It was sitting right on top of this rock, and I don't like that transducer being on and being right underneath it. You could hear that clicking sound as my transducer going off. But I went back down, tried to see if the other one was there, and he seemed like he had cleared out or went somewhere else. We normally don't use a snare, but I like to carry it on the boat on these trips just in case, you never know. But I flipped my head upside down and I could see that other bigger one, and just try to shine him almost like a deer in headlights and just blind him a little bit, and then try to snatch it as fast as I could, and luckily got my hands on it. This was actually the biggest one we caught the entire trip. Again, they don't get nearly as big, but I was pretty stoked about that one.
I may be able to make one something. We're getting there. We may have to share a spoon.
This was kind of neat. There was a nice red grouper, had his head shoved in a hole there. I couldn't tell if it was sleeping or just hiding. This one actually walked out towards me when I put the light on it. I thought that was kind of weird. They are shifty little boogers. They're a lot smaller, so they can get in a lot tighter cracks. But essentially I try to get them just like I would a regular lobster. I never grab the legs or antennas. You want part of the body or the tail, something that you can get a hold of and actually control them a little better. This guy was kind of sitting out in the open.
We are getting there. There's a couple in there. One really nice one. Whew. We're both on the struggle bus. My ears feel like they're about to explode. Because of that, I'll probably maybe just do one more. I don't know. I don't want to push it too hard. Blowing my ears out ain't worth a few lobsters, but we'll try one more. If it gets any worse, we're gonna head in.
So it seems like when you shine these Spanish, they start to get more shy and they'll go back into their hole. When I noticed it a lot on this one, you can see I'm turning my light on and off. I'm just trying to keep an eye on where it's at because this one was actually outside of its hole, just walking on the ground. When I turned the light on, it started to go back towards the hole, so I kept turning on and off, and then halfway down on my dive, I'd turn the light on and tried to dive bomb on it. It actually worked out. Kept him outside the hole, and it was actually one of the nicer ones I caught. But yeah, it seems like they get pretty shy if you just flash it right on them, especially if they're outside of the hole. It makes them kind of shoot back in there. I noticed. This was pretty neat. I see these from time to time, but I've never seen one at night. This is actually, from my understanding, a spotted moray eel. Kind of brown and white spotted pattern. They don't get nearly as big as the the green ones, but pretty cool to see. And this was pretty neat. These are actually regular spiny lobsters, not the Spanish, but they are closed to harvest right now. They open here in a few weeks. We weren't allowed to take them when this dive happened. But it was cool. They were just, for whatever reason, this one little coral section, they were stacked all over it. There was probably at least 40 or 50. They seem to like to stay together. Normally if you find one, you're going to find multiple. And there was quite a few.
I got a few more there. Not too bad. It was really cool, the amount of regular lobsters, like spiny lobsters I saw there. They are, what's the word, communal? They like the communal. There was one section where there was probably like 40 or 50 just all on the same little rock.
Really? I saw no spiny.
Yeah. There was tons. It was one section.
That's cool.
I think we've got enough to eat. It was supposed to be 2-mile-an-hour wind all night, and it is, I don't know if you can hear it. It is blowing about 15, so I'm gonna call it. It's coming up on midnight. My ears are giving me grief, and I think, quite honestly, we have enough to eat, so I'll see you probably tomorrow morning. Get these cleaned up and get them in the kitchen. We'll see you there. Alrighty, it is time for some lunch. These have been sitting on ice overnight. These are our Spanish lobsters. You see a little better look during the day. Just awesome looking lobster compared to our spinies. You see them so much, you just get bored of them. And these, I think they look cooler, they taste cooler. They're all around just a better lobster in my opinion. But they're a lot smaller, harder to find, and they're easier to find at night, which is why I think a lot of people don't harvest them. But I'll dive into what you're gonna need for this recipe. I've never done this. This is actually something I've always wanted to try, but it sounds weird. I'm intimidated by it because it's one of my favorite things to eat, so if I screw it up, I'm gonna be disappointed. So we're gonna make Spanish lobster with Fra Diavolo sauce, and I've got a bunch of bread to dunk in it, so it's gonna be lobster, sauce, and bread. I've got salt, oregano, crushed red pepper, regular pepper, olive oil. I've got half an onion diced, quite a bit of garlic minced, and half a red chili diced. I've got some white wine and some crushed tomatoes. I don't know how many I'm gonna need. I've got 2 just in case. But we're gonna get our sauce started before we clean the lobsters. If you guys have been watching for some time, you probably saw us do this on my good friend Will's channel, Cooking with Clams. We made a Fra Diavolo Spanish lobster pizza. How long ago was that?
That was a long time ago.
It's been a while.
I can taste it though.
Yeah, it was good. So I got saucepan. I got some olive oil in there. We're gonna start with our onion. The sauce has to cook down a little bit, so I'm gonna start that first before we get the lobsters going. And for those of you who are going to ask for measurements, we eyeball everything. So cook those onions down a little bit. Add some garlic, some red chili. Oh my goodness, it already smells like it. A little pepper. The good thing is I have a professional chef sitting right here telling me everything I'm doing wrong.
No, you're right on.
A little bit of salt. That's what I'm looking at here. Just want to keep that garlic moving so it doesn't burn.
smells pretty fantastic.
That's what I said.
It smells, yeah.
It already smells like it.
There's nothing better than just onion and garlic in a
Yeah.
frying pan.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
it's, I don't know. I can't beat it.
I mean, how far do I take? Do I add wine?
No, I would add your chili
that's
pepper
it.
because then it'll infuse to the oil that's in the pan.
Oh.
To where if you add it later, it won't spread as much. It's about a 4 alarm right there.
Perfect. Ew. Oh, look who it is. Perfect timing.
Wow, it smells good in here. Wow, and I can't even smell that much. Oh my gosh.
Camera's on, so don't drop any F-bombs or anything.
Wow.
I just came up with this recipe by myself. I can't believe it.
Wow, babe. Hello.
Hello. How was your open house?
That's good.
So a lot of you guys have been asking where Madeline has been, and she's been working her butt off trying to sell houses. If you are by chance shopping in the lower keys, or you're looking to sell your house in the
Middle
lower
keys too.
Middle keys too. Just came from Marathon.
What? Oh, no, not ready.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
Never mind. Don't call her a realtor.
Please call me if you need a house or to sell your house. Speaking of sellers, look at what my seller gave me
Oh.
from their house.
All right. So white wine. Smells terrible. Not a wine guy.
That's good.
That's it. That's it. You sure?
Just a cup.
That was a cup.
All right.
That was like a half a cup. That's a
I
cup.
always add more. You can't take away.
That's a cup. All right.
Okay.
Are we deglazing though?
That's deglazing. Why don't you explain what deglazing
Did
is?
you just see me deglaze that?
I did. And look how rich and nice that color is.
Wow. Okay.
You want to turn this up?
Up?
Yeah, you want
I did that. I
that.
was just waiting. All right, so we're gonna break down our lobsters. Actually, I'm gonna bring you closer to me for this.
Wow!
Hey, not to interrupt you here, add your oregano now.
Okay.
Because again, it'll infuse to everything and won't burn.
This is the biggest Spanish lobster I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's me. How much oregano? Like a tablespoon?
Yeah. Dealer's choice.
All right, so we're gonna break these down very simple. You can cut them if you want. I don't think on these smaller lobsters that you get much more if you cut them. If it makes you feel better, you can cut them. It just pops right out. It's pretty much like a shrimp, and we're actually gonna save these heads. I think Will's gonna use some of them. I don't know, all of them. If not, we'll make a broth with the rest.
Yeah. I'm gonna make some lobster butter.
Wow, that's
Lobster
spicy.
butter. You're not supposed to be in there.
I'm just trying it out.
Beautiful little morsels. You hungry?
Yeah, y'all crushed it.
Well, one of us did.
Me.
I didn't
One
know.
of us.
I crushed it.
One of us crumpled it.
I was in bed by 9.
Yeah, I definitely crumpled it.
Alright, so there we are. We're gonna split these down the middle. So all I'm gonna do, they do have veins in them. You can do it the old way with the tentacle and rip it out that way. I'm just gonna split them in half. Just careful. See, that is our vein right there. Comes right out. And I'm going to do that with all of these, and we're going to set these aside. Wait till the sauce is ready.
Did you say tentacle? Antenna?
Antenna?
Yeah.
I don't think I said tentacle, did I?
You said tentacle. You had that octopus on the mind.
Oh yeah, I do.
Or that weird creature.
Did I
you
really
saw.
say tentacle? We're gonna know when we watch this back. Look at that, just beautiful. They're just Like I said, they're not nearly as big, but they are delicious. Just sweet little tails. Very few people target these. They're very difficult to get to. So I think that's why there's so many of them. I'm just gonna make you sous chef. All right, what do we do next, Will?
Well, no, this is your recipe. I'm just
No, I know, but
okay. All right.
I'm still learning.
Well,
It's not my recipe. Let's be honest.
So the wine's pretty much cooked off, and it's reduced. So all the flavors in there now. So now,
You think we're good with 1 can? Probably, yeah.
I think
With that much? That's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah.
I bought 2 just to be safe.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could smell this. This is unbelievable. I mean, you heard it when Madeline walked in. That was a natural reaction.
And then this is just plain crushed tomatoes, nothing added to it. I mean, it says basil, but there's hardly any basil in there.
And then do you bring that up to a simmer and let it cook down at all, or just heat it up?
I would let this cook down because since these are just crushed tomatoes, there's a lot of water in them. So cook that off a little bit to thicken that up. And then give it a taste and see if it needs any, I don't think it needs spice, but any salt or pepper.
This is gonna knock our pants off. All right, so our sauce is almost done. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt to these guys. And all I'm gonna do to cook these is, I'm just gonna toss these in the pan and let the heat cook them off naturally and turn the heat off. And something else I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna offend somebody, but I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar to our sauce because I have a sweet tooth.
It is. Some people swear by it. Some people say absolutely not.
So about a tablespoon.
But now, so you tasted it the first time. Now when you mix that in, let it cook for a second, then taste it to see.
Is it noticeable?
It will be, but it won't be over the top sweet.
Go in, bro. Don't be scared. How did you do that without burning your mouth? I can taste the sugar.
But
Not over the top, but just very...
You can taste the difference between when we first tasted it and now, right? But not if you.
This
gave
is
that
gonna
to
sound
someone.
bad, but this will make it make sense at home. It tasted like it came out of it's coming out of a can because it makes it sound bad, but it tastes like it could have came out like off the shelf because you can taste the sugar, not like over the top.
No, that's.
I'm backpedaling now. It sounds bad, but that's not how I mean it. It's
Your
amazing.
Your aim in cooking is to make stuff taste like it came out of a jar because that's for a wide palate, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's we're right on. Wow. Okay, I'm happy with that.
But if you gave that to someone, no one would ever be like, "Oh, what's there sugar in this?" But it completely balanced and rounded it out. It's good.
All right, sauce is ready to go. So we've got our tails, just salt, a little bit of salt on them. I'm gonna turn this heat off. And we're just gonna give that a few minutes. So truth be told, I did have to turn the heat on just a little bit. This lid doesn't seal all the way, so I lost a little bit of heat, but those look done. I'll get these put together.
Smells so good.
Wunderbar?
Wunderbar.
Alright, you have to eat it with your hands, sorry.
That's okay.
Wow. Presentation, a 10.
Hold on, the most important part.
Yeah.
Ooh, bread. Yes.
Actually,
Ah.
Slightly warm. How's the sauce?
Oh yeah.
Spicy. It's
I
good.
came up with it myself. I didn't.
No inspiration, all right.
Nothing. It just came to me.
Mmm.
Okay.
Wow, babe,
I
are
hate
you
to
like
say it,
Italian?
the sugar's that little touch. It's like so faint.
No, don't hate to say it. There are
So-
people that swear by it.
We love mimicking recipes that we have in local restaurants.
Mm.
And there's this one. It's from a local restaurant we've been trying to replicate. And I think what we've been missing was the sugar.
Oh my god.
So good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you burn your fingers off?
Me?
No.
Anyone?
I got asbestos hands.
They're just like so. Oh no.
Perfectly cooked.
It's just like. It's not even. It's not even. It's not like chewy like like a Florida lobster.
No.
They're so good.
They're in a class of their own.
Wow, this is perfect for this recipe. Having the Spanish lobster.
Right? It just came to me. I told you. Never even heard of it. Frog Diablo Spanish lobster? Who thought of that?
This is better than with the mussels or without the mussels.
I'm teasing. We'll put it on a pizza last year.
If anyone made a comment like, "Oh, those are small," those are the same people that would sit and sift through 100 crawfish. It's-
It's our.
Yeah.
It's a Florida crawfish.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But way better.
Mm.
Wow, babe.
We gotta go again tonight.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Once my ears heal.
Yeah.
But I am stoked with that one. Gotta try Spanish lobster. Gotta try the sauce. As long as you like heat.
Mm.
It's not as spicy as I thought it'd be.
No, it's
It's
perfect.
like a 5,
Oh, I think it's perfect.
4 or 5 out of 10.
I feel like it's definitely spicy though.
Oh, it's spicy.
Yeah, we can call it
Why do
mild.
you got the bread so far away?
Yeah.
What's up with the bread?
This lobster is literally perfectly cooked.
Yeah, it's.
You did drop it.
Well, you guys are making me blush. Look at your chili. That is all we have.
Chili.
Any questions, as always, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you need a house, call Madeline. And we'll see you on the next one.
If you need a funny guy, call this guy.
Later.
I should have said if you need a joke.
Funny guy. Funny guy. If you need a guy, call this guy.
Please don't put that in there. Oh my god.
I didn't know.